In this video, we're going to create a DAX measure that will count the number of invoices. We want to know how many invoices each customer has, and we want to know how many invoices each item appears. So what we're going to do is create a DAX formula for that. I do want to point out, in this particular example over here, I have invoice number, and I'm going to pull that out for a moment, the item number, and then my total sales. You can take and put the invoice number out like this. Come over to the visualization pane and choose distinct count, and you're going to get the same count that you would in what we're about to create. I'm going to go ahead and leave this here, but not always will you be able to do something like this. So sometimes you'll want to have that DAX function to do a distinct count. And a little bit later in this series, I'll be showing you another very valid reason why you might want to do a distinct count. All right, so what we're going to do is go ahead and create our measure. This is a simple one. And when we create our measure, we're going to call this invoice count. So something very simple. And what I'm going to do is just use the function called distinct count. Now there's also a count function. Let me put in count. So there's quite a few count functions. So you can count the number of rows if you want to, but I might have multiple line items that make up a single invoice in this particular case. So I do not want to count the rows. So I'm going to just come in and choose distinct count, and I'm going to tell it what field I'm interested in counting. And I want to count the invoice number. So I'll go ahead and just commit that and drag it out on each of my sheets. And you can see the numbers do match up, and they match up all the way across. And again, we'll be talking about why this is important. You might already have an example of why you think you need to do a distinct count now. Hope this helps.